Hey guys, so I just saw one of the best movies of the year, St. Vincent. And then I saw one of the worst movies of the year, Stretch. Stretch follows Patrick Wilson's character named Stretch. He plays a struggling, down-on-his-luck actor who moonlights as a limo driver in LA. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole plot of this movie, it's just so ridiculous. But for the most part, we follow this main character, and we follow his crazy journey for a couple days throughout LA. Eventually, we're introduced to a crazy, drugged-out character played by Chris Pine. I don't even know where to start with this movie. So first off, it was produced by Blumhouse, which normally makes really interesting micro-budget, horror, thriller, even drama movies. The only thing is that this movie was written and directed by Joe Carnahan, who has a following, but I haven't been a fan of his throughout his career. He's done movies like Narc, Smokin' Aces, and The Grey recently with Liam Neeson. This movie though, Stretch, felt so straight to video. That's the only way I know how to describe it. It didn't feel at all like a movie theater movie, and that's its first problem. I got the feeling throughout the movie, and I honestly never feel this way when watching movies, but I felt like the shoot was super rushed. I'm sure they had a limited amount of days, maybe a month or less, I don't know, but it felt that way. The lighting at times was really, really bad. It just felt like a lot of the scenes were rushed. It's basically an action comedy, and the witty comedy wasn't witty and it wasn't funny at all. There were a bunch of cameos in the movie, small cameos from people like David Hasselhoff and Norman Reedus and Ray Liotta. I've never been a fan of Patrick Wilson's. Some people are saying this performance of his has been great. I really didn't enjoy his performance. Jessica Alba's in it, and she was just Jessica Alba, you know, trying to act. Ed Helms had a role in the movie, and at first his character seemed really interesting. I don't think this is a spoiler, but throughout the movie, he plays a ghost and he's constantly popping up and talking to Patrick Wilson, but I hated that aspect of the movie. Chris Pine's character was absolutely off the deep end, just insane, and I get the feeling that because it was so insane that Carnahan and Chris Pine both thought that this was going to be a really memorable performance because it was so different, but the final product, it wasn't interesting. It was just so wacky, but it didn't work. There was this whole plot line throughout the movie of Stretch, you know, constantly looking at his phone and texting this online mystery date. That was super predictable, really. They tried to make it interesting with some pop-up graphics. I hate when they do that though, you know, popping up texts or phone calls on the screen with graphics. But that storyline was very predictable, really uninteresting. As you're seeing, this is a trend with a lot of things in the movie. Another thing, all I could focus on throughout the whole movie was the editing. It was so bad. And, you know, that's one thing they say you're not supposed to notice in movies, TV shows, anything. You're not supposed to notice the editing. It should just be so seamless that it works and it's effective. But the editing in this movie was so bad. Nothing in this movie, nothing worked. It was just a complete waste of time for me. And I'm not surprised that it didn't get distribution, wide distribution to theaters, and now it's being released limited and online with video on demand. There wasn't anything fun, interesting, redeeming about the movie. It was just a complete waste of time, and I never want to think about it again. Seriously, I never want to think about this movie. That's how bad it is. It's easily the worst movie I've seen this year. I'm sure by the end of the year, in the next few months, it's still going to be the worst movie of the year for me. Overall, Stretch gets an F for me. If you want to go see a good movie that's out right now, go see St. Vincent. It's in limited release, but what a quality movie. It's so good. It's the complete opposite of Stretch. I'll link down below for my review of that movie. Go check it out. I hope I prevent some of you guys from seeing this movie. Just do yourselves a favor and don't see it. But thanks for watching. Subscribe down below to Flick It Films. Click like, and I'll see you next time.